Le Portrait de Petit Cossette is like Edgar Allan Poe the anime, right down to the themes of obsessive love, the paranormal activity, violence, and underage girls. The show is perfect to watch on Halloween. It's a 3-episode OVA directed by Akiyuki Shimbo, who is famous for directing the Monogatari series. Le Portrait de Petit Cossette revolves around a college art student named Eri, who works part-time at an antique shop. There he finds a portrait of a girl named Cossette and becomes obsessed with it. Turns out he can talk to the spirit of Cossette and falls in love with her. Also, it turns out he becomes cursed to repent for the sins of Cosette's previous lover, who murdered her after painting her in a ton of portraits. As you can tell, the show is very dark and gothic horror in nature. It has a lot of really cool, overblown, dark, and demonic imagery. When Eri is being tortured by Cosette in the spirit realm, is when this aspect of the show really shines. The surreal nature of these shots is something I really love about the show. So much of the events that happen are left to the interpretation as to whether or not they're happening inside Eri's head or not. For these particular scenes where Eri's being tortured, it's not that big of a deal, but sometimes this can be a negative thing. Sometimes the flow and structure of the show becomes hard to parse, and while watching it, I sometimes ask myself, wait, how did we go from this scene to that one? This didn't hurt my overall enjoyment of the show too much though, especially because of the paranormal nature of it all. A lot of the main plot focuses on Cosette and Eri anyways, and since Cosette is a spirit who doesn't exist physically in the real world, it makes sense that a lot of the events are abstracted. So while the setting of the show isn't always the most concrete, the directing of the show is something to behold. Every shot in this series is great, and perfectly reflects the mood each scene is going for. And overall I really enjoyed this series. I'd recommend it if you're looking for a good short 3-episode horror OVA. And hey, if you like this video, why not leave a like and subscribe if you want more content in the future. I'll see you in the next one.